How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for a new mod map to Farming Simulator 25 called Prairie Farm Michigan. And we're going to start with the description from the mod hub, and it reads, Welcome to the Prairie of Michigan, USA. The map represents 1/3 scale of a real-life location in Michigan. Huge fields, wide open terrain, and of course, Michigan ditches await you on this map. The terrain closely matches the location as well as the field layouts and ditches. One main farm located on the map, along with other buyable areas with buildings you can use. You must buy the land before you can use or sell the buildings. There are 3 sell points where you can sell all the base game crops and products. There are no production buildings, but there are plenty of room for your own to be placed. House plots not for sale. Custom sugar beet piler factory for added realism with sugar beet harvesting. When owned by player, the piler will give you tar dirt. Take the dirt back to the field and dump. Dirt piles can be leveled and will disappear when using any field working implements. If not owned by a player, it will be a sell point without tar dirt. Dirt cannot be sold. Number of purchasable fields 18. Average acre size 49.82. Number of purchasable forestry lands 4. Water retrieval sources build your own. Alfalfa crop added and implemented with the animals. You can feed alfalfa hay to the animals. Collectible toy tractors and sugar beets are scattered around the map for collecting. Enjoy the map and have fun. There are no mods required for the map. The map was created by Taylor Farms and is 224.41 megabytes to download. If we take a look at the map, this is what it looks like. We start out here on the south-ish western portion of the map, actually right by the main shop area, right across the street from our starting farm. We start out by owning farmlands number, if we go over here, number 3, 5, and 18. 3 being a cornfield that is growing, 5 being a wheat field that is ready to harvest and our main starting farm, and 18 being a sugar beet field that is growing. You cannot buy all areas of the map, as you can see here where the main shop area is. If I go to farmlands, this is not purchasable, and there are several other areas like where the houses are built that you're not able to purchase as well. Field prices do vary, but it's pretty expensive, because a lot of these are really large. I think this is the smallest one here. 12 acres for $140, almost $150,000. We go a little bit bigger there, $378,000. We got $297,000. Here we got $590,000. 1.1 million, almost 1.1 million, 1.2 million, 1.3 million, and so on and so forth. It is really expensive, but the farmlands are extremely large. We have no animal pens to start out with. There are contracts available, and because they are so large, they are very, very handsomely paying. We do not start out with any productions. And there are collectibles. If we go over to the statistics screen, down the bottom right-hand corner, collectibles are 0 out of 20 for this map. Let's take a look at the mods specific to this map. If we take a look at the buy menu, there is no mods and DLCs tab here, so nothing here. And then if we take a look under the build menu, starting out here in the buildings and sheds, scrolling all the way down to the bottom, you'll see all of these buildings down here are the mods specific to this map, where it says machine shed down there at the very bottom. Underneath it says Prairie Farm Michigan. That is a mod that is specific to this map. We then go over to silos, scroll all the way down. You will see once again bale barn with storage, Prairie Farm Michigan mod. That is another mod specific to this map. There is nothing under silo extensions, constructibles, containers, tools, or farmhouses. There is nothing under the factories tab or under the production tab whatsoever, nothing under the animals tab, nothing under decorations, and nothing under landscaping. So that is it there. Let's go ahead and turn around and start this tour. So directly behind me is the main shop trigger, and around the corner over here, we have the repair trigger. And what I ended up doing is I ended up leasing out a truck here because, well, You know what? I'll show you exactly why here in just a few seconds. But we're going to run right across the street to our main starting farm. Right over here is our main starting farm. Let's stop. And because we're at our starting farm, let's take a look at our starting equipment. So over here under vehicles, we start out with a Amazon Citan 15001C, that is our seeder, a Bredel K105 fertilizer spreader, Case IH 3050 Terraflex 28 footer. We have another 28 footer, a Case IH 4408, that's our corn and sunflower header, another 4408. We have a Case Axleflow 7150 harvester, another 7150 harvester, Case Magnum 340 CVX drive, a Case Magnum 400 power drive, a Case Steiger 715 quad track, another 715 quad track, the Elmer's Manufacturing Hallmaster, that is a auger wagon. We have the Homer HR6, that is our sugar beet and red beet header. We have the Homer Terradas 540, the Hardy Mega 1200L sprayer, the Hardy Mega 1200L tank, that's the front tank. We have an International Series 200, a John Deere 6R185, a Kinsey 4905 blue drive, the Kubota RTV X1140WH, and a Kubota SVL 97.2. That is a skid steer. Previous one was a kind of side-by-side. We got a Load King Prestige Super B pull trailer. We have the Load King Prestige Super B pull trailer as well. So we got two of those. Something different about these two. I'm not quite sure what, though. Anyways. Oh, you know what? This is the rear. This is the front. So it's a train that we have here. This one has been leased. We have also a Paladin SFB 750 rock breaker, the Summers Super Chisel CP 2050, the another Summers Super Chisel, and we have a Thunder Creek Equipment FST 990 fuel trailer, a Volvo VNX 300, and that is everything. So let's go ahead and check out this main starting farm. So we'll hop out here. Sleep trigger is right here. And actually around this side, wardrobe trigger. And the reason why I leased out this particular truck, even though we do start out with one, open this door. Yeah. We hop up here. Everything is just absolutely packed in here. So yeah, needless to say, it was a little bit easier just to go ahead and grab one. And then right over here, inside this building, we have a repair trigger. And that's basically it. That's our main starting farm. We got storage, and we've got equipment, a sleep trigger, repair trigger, and wardrobe trigger. That is literally everything. So let's go ahead and hop in the truck and head out. Now coming up here to my left, you see the person standing in the yard. That is the AI helper David. Coming up to the right, that cell point right there is the Guerra elevator cell point. Directly in front of me is the farmer's market cell point. Right here, we have AI helper Noah and the sawmill. We can purchase the sawmill for $150,000. And we have our wood chip output here. We have our input for our lumber right here with a wood cell trigger right there. And our outputs are right over here. Now going just behind the sawmill, we have the sugar beet pilers. We have two of them. They're right next to each other. So I'm just going to take a look at one. You can purchase them for $15,000. We have an input here and an output in the back right over there. Now let's go ahead and check out what these do. So if we go under the available items, sugar beet pilers here, you can see we put in sugar beets and we get out sugar beets plus tar dirt. So if you purchase it, you get this. Otherwise, this is just a sell point. Both of these will be sell points. So the tar dirt, as it mentioned in the description, what you can do is you can take the tar dirt back to your main fields, spread it out in the fields, and then basically plow it in or use any sort of implement to be able to kind of churn it in. And it just adds for the realism. You can't sell the dirt, you can't do anything other than just kind of make it disappear into your fields. Now we're gonna hop back to the main road. Now here we'll make a right. Now coming up to my right, you can see farmland number 21 on the map down the bottom left hand corner. We're passing right by it. This building here, this is just a purchasable plot of land with a building on it. To get access to any of the buildings that you can purchase, you have to purchase the land first. You can't open the doors until you do that. Now coming up here to my right, we'll see AI helper Walter standing in the yard there. And now we need to follow this road all the way up to the north to get to our next point of interest. We'll just follow this way out. You can, whoops, let's not drive into the ditch. You can see another purchasable land way off to the north there. The buildings, the big red buildings there in the distance, are a purchasable plot. But again, nothing is going to spawn there, pop up. Outside of getting access to the buildings, it's really all you're going to buy is just the buildings. So coming up here, we got a main road. We're going to go ahead and make a left. Ooh. And now, coming up here to my left is our next set of interests. This is actually pretty much the last set of interests that we have on this map. So we'll pull up right over here, make a left, manure buy point right here. We have a slurry buy point right here. Off to my right, we have AI helper Katie right there, and we have the animal dealer right over here. Now, if you want to, you can use this icon to purchase animals directly, or you can use this same icon at any pens and pastures you have loaded onto the map. Now, the map doesn't start with any pens and pastures, so you do have to purchase them first. Once you purchase them, you will be able to use this icon to actually buy your animals. And again, if you use this icon directly, you will incur an additional fee. That fee is associated to a delivery fee. So you can see an adult cow here is $1,175 base price. To buy it directly from the animal dealer, you're going to spend an extra $100 per cow, making it $1,275 per cow that you buy using this icon or the icon that is located at the pen and pasture directly. Now, if you want to save that money, you can bring an animal trailer to this location and load the animals into the animal trailers and then deliver the animals yourself. You will save that money. Now, depending on how many animals you're going to buy is really going to depend on whether or not you're going to want to invest in an animal trailer or just have the animal dealer go ahead and deliver your animals for you. And then lastly, the last thing we have here is right here. This is the animal dealer sell point. That's it. That is everything for Prairie Farm, Michigan. Now it's time to render my opinion and let you know what I think. 0 to 5 scale as per usual. So I'm going to come right out and say it. I am not a huge fan of this map, unfortunately. This map is just, it's not made for me, personally. There's going to be plenty of people out there who are going to absolutely love this map because of it just being a very kind of simple kind of map to be on. There's a few obstructions, there's few things in the ways of like ditches and things. So there's small complicating factors, but nothing that's uh, too much. The fields are absolutely massive, so you get to use very, very large equipment. Um, and for the most part, they're pretty relatively squared off. Kind of things I do like about this map is the color palette. I really like how it's very toned down. It's not loaded with a bunch of wildflowers or anything like that, so it doesn't give it that kind of cartoony vibe. But really, outside of that, that's really what I like about the map. The things I'm not too crazy about is when you look at the map and you look at any direction. Now, I will say, in FS25 really helps out in this regard. When you look out there, you don't get that kind of really downgrading in the visuals. It's very kind of subtle and easy for the most part. Now, you do get kind of a snapping from the kind of circle. So if you're not aware of what I'm talking about, if you're looking up, you see kind of the darker circle here. It might be more pronounced here in the field. That darker circle there is kind of the rendering circle. It kind of jets from the center of where you are located and then renders in higher detail as opposed to lower detail and then lower detail. So as you can see, there's kind of a series of circles. There's this smaller circle right in the center of the screen. Going a little bit further out, you'll see a bigger circle, and it's just the lowering and lowering of the rendering. But with these very large wide open maps, that rendering circle is very pronounced and very easy to see. You can kind of see how the grass is kind of growing in front of me off into the distance when you're looking at these ditches and whatnot. So it's just one of those that these kind of maps really kind of make it to where it really kind of shows the limits of the system that you're on, which is kind of a shame in my opinion. But outside of that, it's very flat. It's really like there's nothing really to kind of keep my interest per se. But I will say on the flip side, this is a very much a farmer's map. If you're wanting to just come out and farm to your heart's content, this is going to be a really good one for you. But again, just for me personally, it's just not my cup of tea. But there's going to be people out there who are going to love it, and I am very much grateful and thankful for every single map that comes out there, including the ones I don't like. And that being said, I do appreciate that this one is out there because there's going to be people who are going to absolutely love this map. And good for them. I really hope that they have an absolute blast with it. But all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me about liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things. The algorithms enjoy you doing this, shows you're engaged with this channel and enjoying the content. And that being said, hope everybody has a fantastic day. Take care.